यन्मायावशवर्ति विश्वमखिलं ब्रह्मादिदेवासुरा यत्सत्त्वादमृषैव भाति सकलं रज्जौ यथा हेर्भ्रमः यत्पादप्लवमेकमेव हि भवाम्बोधे स्थितिर्षावता वन्देऽहं तमशेषकारणपरं रामाख्यमीशं हरिम्। श्रीराम जय जय राम ॐ 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 जय जय राम ॐ जय राम ॐ। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Goswamiji left Bhagwan in Chitrakoot, and now he is explaining what all things happened with Sumantraji. Where Bhagwan had left Sumantraji, he is there in the same place, did not move from there. Nishad Raj comes back and sees him, then finally arranges for people to take him back to Ayodhya. When he comes to Ayodhya, he cannot enter during the day, has so much of grief, feels, what will I answer if people ask me what happened to Bhagwan Rama? You are sent for a purpose, without fulfilling that you came back. So he finds night, then enters Ayodhya, goes to the palace. People are telling him, asking him so many questions, unable to understand what they are talking. Finally they take him to Kausalyaji's palace, where Dashrath Maharaj is there. Gives a first-hand account of what all things happened. And finally he is telling what is Bhagwan's message to everybody now. First thing Bhagwan is telling Dashrath Maharaj, Father, don't grieve for me. Your punya karma is such, with that everything will be good with me. Nothing of the forest life will harm. There will be no sorrow because of your punya karma. Your blessings are with me. Don't grieve for my sake. All messages given to others, they are also the same, having the same echo. Do that by which my father is not unhappy. Whatever you do, that will be your dharma. This is that nature which everybody remembers in this prasanga. They say Dashrath Maharaj sent him to forest, and what was Bhagwan's response to that sending? Thought good about Dashrath Maharaj. This we see in Bhagavad Gita 12th chapter. Bhagwan says, one of the nature of a devotee, sadhaka, is sarva bhuta hite rataha. Sarva bhuta. Sarva bhuta means for everybody, this person thinks only good. What will benefit, what will bring joy to that other person, he is thinking only about that. That person is called as sarva bhuta hite rataha. Now it's interesting, in many places we see the student has to go through some difficulty. But the student always thinks good about the one who gave that difficulty. We see in Kathopanishad, Nachiketa is sent to Yama by his own father. Mrutyave tvam dadamite. Because of that anger he had, he said, I will give you to Yama. and he holds on to that, goes to Yamaloka. First boon he asks is for his father. He says, may my father not have any sorrow because of me coming over here. He says that is his first boon he asks to Yamacharya. Other two boons, one is about Swarga, third one is about Brahma. But important thing to note here is Sarva Bhutai Dharata. Second is our Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu gave him so much of trouble. But when Bhagwan appears and he says, Narsimha Bhagwan, ask whatever you want. The only boon he asks is, my father did so many things in ignorance, did not know what he was doing. May he not go through too much of sorrow because of that. Here Bhagwan Rama, Avatara Purusha, is doing the same Leela. He says, whatever Dasharatha Maharaj has done, make sure that all of you are with him in such a way he doesn't go through any grief. Now he's giving, we had seen until 151 Doha, after that also summary. Okay. Citizens, what is the advice? He says, do that by which father is not unhappy. Tata sunayo binati mori, soi sab bhati mor hitakari, jate rah nara nahu sukhari. Those people are my well-wishers who will do that by which Dasharatha Maharaj is not unhappy. For Bharatji, what is the advice? He says, Bharatji, you have to live up to your brotherly love. You said that you are very dear to all of us. We are very dear to you. That is what you say. How are you going to live up to that brotherly love? Do that by which father is not unhappy. He is not lamenting too much in my grief. At the same time, take up the kingdom. Hold on to dharma and serve everybody sincerely. He says, that is my advice to Bharatji. Please communicate this to him. Our Sumantraji is such a straightforward messenger. When they were together, Lakshmanji had said some harsh words towards Dasharatha Maharaj. Bhagwan has said, Sapatha, he had taken a promise. Don't go and tell this to Dasharatha Maharaj. Sumantraji is narrating even that. He says, Lakshmanji said some harsh words and Bhagwan said, don't say whatever he said to Dasharatha Maharaj. I mean, this is their Raja Dharma. If he is a messenger, he has to narrate as it is. That is why he is such a trusted minister. Then he says, Sita ji also wanted to say something. She folded her hands, but before she could say something, she got overwhelmed with emotions. Tears started flowing in her eyes. She could not speak anything. While all this was happening, Bhagwan gave indication to Kevat and he started rowing his boat away. I was standing there, could not do anything. He says, my sorrow also is indescribable because I have come back alive with this message. So Bhagwan's viraha happened, but still I am here telling you this message. Dasharatha Maharaj had some hopes that something must have happened. Bhagwan must have come back. But listening to this, he just falls down. Everybody in that palace starts lamenting. Goswamiji gives a metaphor. He says, how did the palace look? This is above 153 Doha. Suni bilapa dukahu dukhalaga. Looking at the cry of everybody in that palace, sorrow felt sorrowful. Means the avadhi. Avadhi means pinnacle. Until what point this Vishada was, he says, sorrow felt sorrowful. Dhirajahu kara dhiraju bhaga. Courage of courage ran away. Means as though courage has taken a physical form. Even that courage of courage in a physical form went away. That was the sorrow of that palace right now. The cry from that palace was such, it looked as though there is a thunder which has struck. a big group of birds at night. How that birds would go here and there, chirping, creating some weird sounds. Like that, this palace looked at that point. Now, next doha, or next two dohas, Dashrath Maharaj attains Sadgati. Dashrath Maharaj is feeling as though his prana is stuck in his throat. Listening to all of this, he feels his time has come. All senses become weak. Body becomes feeble. Lotus without water. How it would look, like that Dashrath Maharaj is feeling right now. Kausalya looks at him and she understands that the sun of solar dynasty is ready to set now. You see, in this entire prasanga, so many people go through so many emotions. One person is very, very strong, that is Kausalya. Because as Shatarupa, she had asked for a boon. She said, Bhagwan, may my viveka stay strong. I want to have the motherly emotions towards you when you are born, but may I never lose my viveka. So in all the statements she utters, and the way she conducts herself even in this situation, that particular boon is reflected over here. The symbolic meaning is, we had seen this when we saw the word Shatarupa. Shata means 100, Rupa means forms. The one who can take 100 forms is Shatarupa. But Shatarupa represented Shraddha, faith in life. That one faith alone can protect this devotee in 100 different ways. So that is her quality, and that Shraddha brings Viveka. Rather, whatever Viveka is there, that Viveka is available for that person if that person has faith. Dashrath Maharaj represents sense control. Dasharatha. Each Ratha is one sense organ. The one who has mastered 10 sense organs is Dashrath Maharaj. When both come together, he says Bhagwan is born. Means Brahmakara Vritti comes and Brahmajnanam takes place in that Buddhi. So Kausalya represents Shraddha Yukta Viveka. That discrimination power, discernment power between eternal and ephemeral, along with sense control. Dashrath Maharaj, that Buddhi will get Brahmajnanam. Only sense control without Shraddha and Bhakti fails to appreciate Bhagwan. That is another side of it. Both have to be together. So Kausalya she looks at Dashrath Maharaj and look at the maturity of Kausalya. She says, we are already in lot of sorrow right now. Bhagwan going away to the forest is like an ocean. And Ayodhya, and her words were so powerful, Dashrath Maharaj opens his eyes. As though there was a dying fish and you sprinkle some cold water on it. Like that, Dashrath Maharaj again comes back, gains some kind of consciousness, but in a different way. Then he says to Sumantraji, tell me, where is Bhagwan Rama? Actually, this Chaupai let us chant after 153. Sadgati of Dashrath Maharaj. धरि धीर जूठी बैठ भुवालु, कहु सुमंत्र कह राम कृपालु, कहा लखनु कह राम सनेहि, कह प्रिय पुत्र बधु बैदेहि, बिलपत राउ बिकल बहु भांति, भई जुग सरिस सिराति नराति, तापस अंध साप सुधियाई, कौसल्य ही सब कथा सुनाई, भयउ बिकल बरनत इतिहास, राम रहित धिग जीवन आस, सो तनु राखी करब मैं काहा, जेहि न प्रेम पनु मोर निबाहा, हार घुनंदन प्राण पिराते, तुम बिनु जियत बहुत दिन बीते, हा जानकी लखन हार घूबर, हा पितु हित चित चातक जलधर, राम राम कहि राम कहि, राम राम कहि राम, तनु परिहरि रघुबर बिरह, राउ गयउ सुरधाम, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. He's getting some hope and he's asking Sumantra ji again, tell me where is Bhagwan Rama? Tell me where is Sita ji? Tell me where is Lakshman ji? Knowing the answer, again he starts lamenting. Until now, he had blamed somebody else. He said, Kaikeyi did this, that is why I am going through all this sorrow. Somebody else he was blaming. But at this point, he remembers all his past life. That incident when Shravan Kumar's parents had cursed him. Dashrath Maharaj had the ability of Karna Bhedi Bana. Means he can listen to the sound and aim at the target. So once when he had gone hunting, he hears sound of a deer. Something which is near water, drinking water. So with that he sends that arrow. But go to say it was Shravan Kumara who was filling water for his parents who could not see. Great devoted son of two great souls, and that Bana goes and hits him. Gahana karmano gatihi. This example Mahatmas give to say, shelter in karma is very, very uncertain. Compared to Nishiddha karma, we say Sat karma is a greater or a better shelter. But even the support of karma is such, nobody can guarantee will always do Sat karma all the time. Either knowingly some mistake will happen or unknowingly some mistake will happen. Seeing the limitation in karma, that sadhaka evolves towards Vedanta. Not to say that he is doing or he is justifying erroneous karma. He says even karma is such, I cannot always bank on, I will do karma, get punya and be happy. He says I have to go beyond this, beyond punya, beyond papa. Two examples which are given are these. One is Dashrath Maharaj, second one is Parikshitji Maharaj. Such a great devotee. But this karma is such, one can never know where one can slip. So then Shravan Kumar's parents, they tell him, take us to him. Take us to Shravan Kumara. And then in that sorrow, they curse Dashrath Maharaj that you will also meet the same end because of separation from your son. So that thing comes to his mind. He tells Kausalya ji. Kausalya hi sab katha sunai. Second chaupai after 154. Tapasa anda sapa sudhi ai. Kausalya hi sab katha sunai. He says, don't blame anybody. Kaikeyi is also not responsible for this. It is my own karma which is coming back in this way. And by this itihasa, remembering his past, he feels very sad. Then he says, it is not worth living without Bhagwan Rama. I have already lived sufficient now without him, so I cannot have more viraha. Saying this, taking Bhagwan's name, Dashrath Maharaj attains Sadgati. Now, many Mahatmas have written so many bhavas on that one chaupa, one doha, 155. 6 times he says Rama. Rama Rama kahi Rama kahi, Rama Rama kahi Rama. One bhava is Shat Chakra Bhedanam happened. It is said one who has to go to higher worlds, their pranas live in a very special way. So all of that happened for Dashrath Maharaj. That is why he went to Suradhama. goes to Swargaloka. Later on, during the war, he comes back and Bhagwan gives him Vedanta Upadesha. Rama Ravana Yuddha, Dashrath Maharaj comes back and there he gets Upadesha from Bhagwan Rama. See, the bhavana is, whichever loka any jiva might go, if he goes to Kailasa, goes to Vaikuntha, goes to Brahmaloka, in that loka, the Ishtadevata gives Mahavakya Upadesha. In whichever loka, Ishtadevata gives Mahavakya Upadesha. Saketa Dhama, Bhagwan Rama is the Guru. In Brahmaloka, Brahmaji is the Guru. That is how the 7th and 8th chapter, Chandogya Upanishad, that is the main idea. Kailasa Loka, Adi Guru, Bhagwan Shiva, under the Vatavruksha, gives Upadesha. Dakshinamurti Bhagwan, in that avatara, he gives. Now, when a person is alive and that person is very, very noble, all the power of that person is concentrated in that person. When he gives up his physical form, that same glory spreads all over. It's a very beautiful bhava. See, after 155 Doha, Jiyana Marana Phalu Dasaratha Pava. Dashrath Maharaj got the result of living. He also got the result of dropping this body. How did he get it? Second line will explain. But he says, Anda Aneka Amala Jasu Chhava. Anda means Brahmanda. In several Brahmandas, Dashrath Maharaj's fame spread all over. Means his fame was limited to one person, but when he dropped his physical body, that same fame spread everywhere. How did he get benefit of living and benefit of dropping this body? Jiyata Rama Bidu Badanu Nihara. While he was alive, his mind was always on Bhagwan Rama. So by this, he accomplished the purpose of living. How about death? Rama Biraha Kari Maranu Savara. Whoever is born has to die at some point. But the cause of everybody's death is different. For Dashrath Maharaj, the cause of life was Rama, the cause of death was Rama. In this way, he accomplished his purpose of living, purpose of giving up this body also. Now, all the queens, they lament, remembering the nature of Dashrath Maharaj. His guna, his qualities, all of that they remember. And his love was such, nature was such, even the workers were in the palace. They are also lamenting that Maharaj is no more. They say the sun of solar dynasty has finally set now, and everybody is cursing Kaikeyi, that she is the one who is responsible for whatever has happened in Ayodhya right now. At this point, Vasishtha ji arrives, along with all other Rishi Munis and wise people. This whole portion from this point also talks about how to respond and manage grief. If you look at it closely, lot of insights we get on what is Ramayana's perspective on managing grief. Later when it comes, we will see that when Vasishtha Maharshi talks to Bharatji, so many pointers he gives on what should be our perspective and what should be the perspective of somebody who is going to help others also. So first of all, what he does is builds their faith by narrating some incidents, some itihasas, some stories from the past where similar things have happened. And how did wise people live? How did wise people go through it? So that he narrates, Vasishtha Maharshi. And his Viveka is very, very strong. He doesn't get overpowered by emotions. At the same time, he has emotions. Later on, when he talks to Bharatji, talks about nature of Bhagwan, he himself breaks down. It is not to say that Brahmajnani is very, very dry. It is the same Vasishtha Maharshi who taught Yoga Vasishtha to Bhagwan Rama and told him that this world is a dream. There is nothing over here. You don't have to be sorrowful about anything. Brahmajnanam is on one side, emotions are on another side. What he doesn't allow is emotions to become overpowering. Never becomes emotional. Now he first brings a boat, puts oil in it, because Dashrath Maharaj's Sharira has to be preserved until Bharatji comes. All the final rites, everything have to be done. So he arranges all of that, notices all the details, how it has to be arranged. Then he says, go call Bharatji, sends 2 messengers. But he says, don't tell Bharatji what has happened in Ayodhya. Don't tell anything about Dashrath Maharaj. Just tell him that Guru has called, you have to come. Means he is also playing the role of a statesman. Right now, Ayodhya doesn't have a king. If enemy comes to know this kingdom is without a king, he says anybody can come and attack. Bhagwan Rama will not accept the kingdom. Bharatji has not accepted the kingdom yet. So in between he is managing everything and he says, just go and tell Bharatji to come quickly. So when both the messengers go to meet Bharatji, how do they find Bharatji? It is said from this point onwards is Bharat Charitra. AyodhyaKand has as though 2 portions. Until 156th Doha is Ramacharitra. 156 until the end of AyodhyaKand is Bharata Charitra. Greatness of devotee like Bharatji. Right from the day Kaikeyi had started doing all those things, started planning, scheming against Ayodhya and so on, Bharatji would get some bad omens. He would see nightmares and something he was feeling is going to go wrong. But how does a devotee face all this kind of emotions? Look at the Chaupai above 157. What did Bharatji do when he was feeling anxious? Vipra jevai dehi dinadana. He would feed brahmanas and give lot of charity. Siva abhiseka karahi bidhinana. He would worship Lord Shiva, who is the remover of all inauspiciousness. And he is pleased very quickly. He says, I will worship Bhagwan Shiva. Magahi hrudaya mahesa manai. In his heart, he is offering sincere prayers to Bhagwan. Kusala matu pitu parijana bhai. May everybody at home be good and healthy. Now when he gets the news that he has to come to Ayodhya very quickly, doesn't have time to do lot of elaborate rituals. It is said when we don't have time, remembering Lord Ganesha takes care of everything. So he remembers Bhagwan Ganesha and quickly goes towards Ayodhya. What kind of horses he has? He says, very fast horses which are as though flying. And he feels, why can't I go faster? All the difficult terrains he goes through, and one minute is looking to him as though they are years long. Now Goswamiji has to portray in words. How does Bharatji find Ayodhya when he comes back? Now you see the poetic beauty of Goswamiji. He has to paint the picture of Ayodhya just using metaphors. How he paints? He says all bad omens he would see in Ayodhya. Crows, they were crowing in a very peculiar way, as though telling that everything is not good over here. Then he sees donkeys, jackals, which are making very weird sounds, which he has never heard before, reminding him again that everything is not good over here. Lakes, rivers, forests which are there, all of them have lost their charm. If you look at it, looks very, very dull. On the other hand, Ayodhya in particular looks very frightening. just to see that place, same place where he grew up, where he played. So in his heart he is feeling everything is not fine over here. Looks at people, everybody looks miserable. Everybody's face is pale. On top of it, they come, bow down to him, but look other direction and go away. That is what hurts him the most. 158 चौपाई you see. पूरा जना मिला ही न कहाँ ही कछु गवही जो हार ही जाही. People come and meet him, but don't talk to him. Just go away from him. They ignore him as though give him a cold shoulder. Because everybody feels he is also involved along with Kaikeyi. That is the bhavana with which he enters Ayodhya. He looks at the streets and the markets. Now compare this description with how Goswamiji described when Bhagwan comes back to Ayodhya. Goswamiji is a master in elaborating both scenarios. He says the street and the market, they looked as though there is a big fire. How everything after it burns down, it looks like that it was looking. The only person who was happy in Ayodhya was Kaikeyi. Avata Sutta Suni Kaikeyi Nandani Harashi Rabikula Jalaruha Chandani. So she is like the moon who destroyed all of that lotuses of Ravikula. Like that she was, and she came with so much of excitement looking at Bharatji. She comes with Aarti to welcome Bharatji, runs to the door of the palace. Goswamiji says different metaphors is just like the frost comes and finishes all the lotuses. Like that, this Kaikeyi was ready to finish entire Raghukula. Now Kaikeyi is so happy looking at Bharatji. It's as though there is somebody who wanted to put a forest on fire, and he could do it without anybody noticing it. How happy that person feels, like that Kaikeyi is feeling looking at Bharatji. Now there is so much sorrow in Ayodhya. Kaikeyi's question to Bharatji is everything okay in my father's house? Look at the third chaupai after 158. Suta hi sasoch dekhi manu mare पूछति नय हर कुशल हमारे. Means she doesn't feel anything is wrong in Ayodhya. He says everything is okay there. Why are you so sad? Bharatji says, Mother, everything is okay there. But how are things here? Looks like things are not very good. Where is father? Where is Bhagwan Rama? Where is Lakshmanji? Where is Sita ji? Now she realizes, oh, I did a mistake. I came very happy in front of Bharatji, and I know Bharatji loves Dashrath Maharaj so much. If I continue this, then he will get some indications that I am also involved in this. So I should appear as though I am sad. See what Goswamiji says, 159 Chaupai. Suni Suta Bachana Sanehamaya Kapata Neera Bhari Nayana. Means she started shedding false tears. What do you say? Crocodile tears. Magarmach ki aasue. Crocodile tears. Thinking that Bharatji would not doubt her. Bharata Shravana Manasula Sama Papini Boli Bahna. Now she starts telling what all happened in Ayodhya, which hit Bharatji as though a sharp arrow was coming through her words. First she says, this portion, if you want to connect it with Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, Bhagwan gives 3 types of buddhi. One is called as Sattvic buddhi, second is Rajasic buddhi, third is Tamasic buddhi. Sattvic buddhi is that which precisely knows what to do, how much to do, and when to do. When to engage, when to disengage. What things I should be fearful of, what thing I should not be fearful of. Everything this buddhi knows very clearly. That is called as Sattvic buddhi. Rajasic buddhi is that which always gets confused. What is right, it will get confused between right and wrong. That is Rajasic buddhi. But it has not acted upon yet. It is only getting confused. Tamasic buddhi is that which is convinced whatever is wrong is right. That is the nature of Tamasic buddhi. Means when Tamo Guna is high, how does our buddhi become? That is given here through Kaikeyi's example. Tat baat mein sakala samari. After 159, she is telling Bharatji, Tat baat mein sakala samari, bhay mantara sahaya bichari. Says, oh son, I took care of everything. Thank God. And this Manthara, poor Manthara, she was the only one who was supporting me. Means everybody in Ayodhya was against me, only Manthara was with me. You see how buddhi works. Whatever is wrong, she has firmly concluded this is right. Kachuka kaja bidhi bicha bigareo, bhupati surapati purapagu dhareo. Everything was going well. In between, Bhagwan spoilt few things, because of which Darshat Maharaj went to Swarga. Even the phrase in which she is putting, her own husband doesn't say he attained Sadgati or anything. He says he went to Swarga. Everything was going well. This was the only change in plan which happened. And this change in plan, Bhagwan only got it. He only spoilt our plan. Listening to this, that Darshat Maharaj is no more, Bharatji collapses then and there. He says, so many things have happened and he does not have any clue about it. Goswami gives a metaphor. He says, just like a elephant gets afraid listening to a lion's roar, kind of fear and the emotion that it goes through, that Bharatji is feeling right now in his heart. Now remember, he has not heard the second thing yet. He has only heard Darshat Maharaj is no more. His main sorrow is, first he says, I could not see you in your last stage. This is the third chaupai after 159. Chalatana dekhana payahu tohi. I could not see you while you were in your last stage. That is my first sorrow. And now if you are not there, Bhagwan Rama has to become the king. You did not formally put me in the care of Bhagwan Rama. Tatana Ramahi saupahu mohi. Means all brothers now should have been under the care of Bhagwan Rama. If you could have put us in his care, that itself would have given me so much of solace. So now you suddenly left and we are anatha right now. So these were his thoughts when he was thinking about, when he heard Kaikeyi's words. Now Kaikeyi continues. She happily tells him what all happened later and says, finally Bhagwan Rama was sent to the forest. When she tells what all things could have happened if Bhagwan had become the king, all of us would have to go through so many difficulties. Kausalyaji would have done this, would have done that. Everything she narrates and finally says, I took care of everything. Except for this one thing, everything was okay. Now Bharatji forgets the first sorrow. You see 160, Doha. Bharatahi bisareu pitu marana. First sorrow from Darshat Maharaj attaining Sadgati, he forgets. Sunata Rama bana gaunu. Listening to Bhagwan Rama's Vanavasa, his first sorrow he has forgotten. But his greatest sorrow is, I am the cause for all these things. She wanted me to become the king. Because of that, so many things happened that he is unable to take out from his mind. Hetu aapaneu jani jiya thakita rahe dhari mauna. Thinking about he being in the midst of all this, without him wanting to, without him even having any kind of desire, he becomes quiet. From this point onwards, whatever anger Bharatji shows towards Kaikeyi, The way we should understand that is the anger that Bhakta shows towards anything that comes in between him and Bhagwan. If you look at it literally, then we won't be able to appreciate what he is doing. Shatrugni ji also comes, says so many things to Kaikeyi, gets very angry. But all of that has only one tatparya, one import. Whoever is not connected to Bhagwan, devotee says, I have nothing to do with that person. That is his bhava here. Whoever is against Bhagwan is I have no sambandha whatsoever. Now Kaikeyi is teaching Vedanta to Bharatji. This is called as Asuri Vedanta. Whatever she is saying, same thing Vasishtha Maharshi tells later. No change in words. But if Kaikeyi says, it becomes Asuri Vedanta. If Vasishtha Maharshi says, it becomes Upadesha. In Ramayana later, Ravana gives Vedanta Upadesha to Mandodari and everybody. Body is impermanent, Atma is permanent. Why do you get worried about all these things? Hiranyakashipu gives Upadesha to Hiranyaksha after Hiranyaksha is killed to everybody in his family. And then goes on to do the same thing that he was doing before. But the main thing is the intention with which the teaching is given and whether or not the person who is giving the teaching has conviction in the teaching or not. When we saw the 14 homes of Bhagwan Rama, one of the home was that person who speaks about Bhagwan without any kapata. What was the thing that we had seen there? That person might not have perfection yet. At least his conviction should be in the right place. So Kaikeyi's conviction is somewhere, but her advice is something different. That is why it becomes Asuri Vedanta. What does she say? She says, don't lament for Dashrath Maharaj. He lived a very good life, got lot of punya over here, and did bhoga also, or whatever punya karma he had to get, karma phala he had to get, all of that he did. So don't lament about Dashrath Maharaj. He has fulfilled the purpose of human birth. Kaikeyi is telling Bharatji. And then he has gone to Swarga. He says, give up this sorrow and rule Ayodhya in a very good way. Don't be too sad for Dashrath Maharaj. So this point onwards, Bharatji gets very angry. He is in no mood to talk. And it is said after he hears this news, he doesn't call Kaikeyi as mother anymore. Later also when he talks to Kausalyaji, refers to Kausalyaji as mother and Kaikeyi by her name. From this point onwards, Bharatji doesn't call Kaikeyi as his mother. Goswamiji gives metaphor. He says, if there is a sore wound, if somebody puts coal on it, the kind of agony that person feels, like that Bharatji was feeling, listening to what Kaikeyi has done. He says, you have destroyed all of us. What were you even thinking? Two metaphors he gives, Bharatji. Look at the Chaupai above 161. Peda kati te palao sicha. You have cut the tree and now you are watering the leaf. Means you sent Bhagwan away. Now you are trying to do something good for me. Meena jiyana niti bari ulicha. You drained the water from the pond and now you are trying to save the fish inside. Means my prana was Bhagwan, you sent him away. Dashrath Maharaj is no more. I say, what are you trying to do? Now he says many things which we have to read on our own. You can't even read it. He says, where was your conscience? How can you be so heartless? And how did Dashrath Maharaj trust you also? He gave you these two boons. Couldn't he see what was coming in and through your words? How didn't he see your deceit? All of that, he tells her. Finally, he says, don't stand in front of me. If I see you, more things will happen. Don't stand in front. While this was happening, Shatrughnaji was listening. What all things Kaikeyi has done. And he was bubbling with anger. That anger would have come on Kaikeyi, but right at that time Manthara enters. Whole Ayodhya is in sorrow. Manthara enters well dressed with all the jewels, everything. Because only two of them are happy in Ayodhya right now. Now Shatrughnaji, all his anger comes out on Manthara. Finally, they decide to go to Kausalyaji. Both of them go to Kausalyaji. How does Kausalyaji look right now? Bharatji is looking at her. Look at this 163 Doha. Malina Basana. She is wearing old clothes. Bibarana Bikala. Not having any shine in her face. Krusa Sarira Dukha Bhari. Very weak in her body and drowning in sorrow. As though there is a golden creeper from Swarga. Very beautiful, but it has been finished by this frost. Like that Kausalyaji is right now. She looks at Bharatji and she's so happy looking at him. She gets up to come near Bharatji. But she is so weak that she faints just at her first step. And Bharatji is again drowning in sorrow, cannot look at Kausalyaji in this state. He is asking Kausalyaji, look at that second chaupai after 163. Ma tu tata kaha dehi dikhai. Oh mother, please tell me where is father. When she is calling Kausalyaji as mother, only mother can indicate the child to father. Kaha siya Ramu Lakhana dau bhai. Where is Sita ji? Where is Bhagwan Rama? Where is Lakshman ji? How does he refer Kaikeyi? Kaikeyi Kata. He said, why was Kaikeyi born in the first place? Doesn't call her mother after this. Then he says, father is no more. Bhagwan Rama is in forest. And for all of this, I am responsible. Because that is what is bothering the most. Now Kausalyaji, when she hears Bharatji lamenting in this way, she gets up, embraces him, and showers motherly love on Bharatji, just as she would do on Bhagwan Rama. In her eyes, there is no distinction between Bhagwan Rama and Bharatji. He says this is very natural because she is the mother of Bhagwan. Look at the second chaupai after 164. De ke subhao kahata sabu koi, Ram matu asa koha na hoi. Only when somebody has such a quality will Bhagwan be born as her son. There is nothing but natural if Kausalyaji is in this way. Now again, Bharatji is drowning in sorrow. Kausalyaji is consoling Bharatji. Her viveka is so strong, never allows emotions to overpower. She says, oh son, compose yourself. These are difficult times, you cannot break down. And please make sure that you don't blame anybody. Because Bharatji also was blaming Kaikeyi. Just make sure that you don't blame anybody. It is all play of karma. Now she fondly remembers how Bhagwan went from Ayodhya. This when father told him that there was no sorrow, no regret. Without a word, he went away. Dropping everything as it was, no complaints, he went away. At the same time, ensured everybody's well-being. We had seen that portion, right? Bhagwan ensures that the workers who are in the palace will get paid until he comes back. Means those who are serving him, if he goes away, what will happen to their work? So he ensures everybody's well-being is taken care of, then he goes. He says Sita ji also went with him. Lakshman ji also went with Bhagwan. Then she makes a very pertinent observation above 166 doha, you see. जिए मरे भल भूपति जाना मोर हृदय सत कुलिस समाना. Only Dashrath Maharaj knows, or he knew, how to live and how to die. He lived for Bhagwan and he died for Bhagwan. He says, look at me, I am still alive here, means my heart should be even more kathora. Means I am more hard-hearted that pranas did not leave when Bhagwan Viraha took place. Now Bharatji is saying few things here which have a very deep Vedantic symbolism, sadhana related aspect. He is convincing Kausalya ji and is telling her that, Mother, I had no intentions of wanting this kingdom. Nothing that has happened in Ayodhya has my endorsement. Although Bharatji need not convince her, she is already convinced. But Bharatji, out of his good heart, he is telling his mother, how can I convince you? So now he is listing different type of papa that a person can do. He says, if I have even the slightest of my intentions in endorsing whatever happened in Ayodhya, may the sins that come for all these papas, may they come to me. That is his prayer. He says, whatever papa karma anybody can do, may the result of all that papa come to me, if my hand is also there in this particular incident which happened in Ayodhya. But now you can dissociate this portion that Bharatji is saying from the story part. We all chant one shloka, Karacharana Krutam Vak, Kayajam Karmajam Va, Shravana Nayana Jamvak, Manasam Va Paradham, Vihitam Avihitam Va, Sarvametat Kshamasva, Jaya Jaya Karunabdhe, Shri Mahadeva Shambho. What that shloka says is, a jiva can commit 4 types of papa karma. One papa karma is by the action itself, karma related papa. Second papa karma is doing some erroneous upasana. That is the second way of doing papa. Third papa karma is impurities of the mind, vasanas that push a person to do some papa. Fourth one is sin coming due to omission. If we don't do what we have to do, that also brings papa. See, generally, no jiva gets afraid of papa karma. The only place where a jiva would get afraid is sorrow. So whenever these things are mentioned, they are not to just point out certain things. What they indicate is, if somebody is a dharmic person, somebody is a God-fearing person, that person is afraid towards doing all this papa karma. One Mahatma ji would say, अगर जानते हुए ये कर्म कर रहे हो तो दुख की पर्ची फाड़ रहे हो. Means if somebody is committing this papa karma knowingly, dukh ki parchi फाड़ रहे हो, means you are ordering sorrow for yourself. That is the mindset of a sadhaka. Means you should not say, I did not know what all things are counted as papa karma. What do they say? The being oblivious of the law is not an excuse. I did not know I should not park here. Whether you know or not, ticket you will get. So in several texts you will see all lists of papa karmas. If you read a text like Das Bodh, elaborate description is there. What all things are counted as sins. But you should appreciate why they are doing that. Papa brings dukkham. So if somebody is a sadhaka, puts forth conscious efforts to avoid those karmas. Okay, now you see how categorically Bharatji is listing all those karmas. Okay, this is third chaupai after 166. What are the sins that can come from actions? Okay, karma related sins. You read all of that translation. But what it means is, if an innocent person is killed, if a revered person is killed, one who has sattva, that person is killed. He says that is called as papa coming from karma. Action related papa is that. Second type of papa was upasana related papa. Upasana related sin, that is the chaupai 167. Je parihari hari hara charana bhajahi bhuta gana ghora. They let go of Bhagwan and worship some evil forces. That is called as papa coming from upasana, erroneous upasana. Should have worshipped Bhagwan, but went in some other direction, started worshipping some evil forces. Now third papa was coming due to impurities of mind. This is a long list. Be chahi beda. I mean, those who are bringing some kind of transactional aspect in scriptures. Bechahi Veda means those who are selling Vedas, making it very commercial. Dharma duhi lehi. On the name of dharma, they are taking away all the essence, all the real essence of Vedas that is getting taken away by some erroneous representation of dharma. Pisuna means gossiping. Somebody who is gossiping, he said that also brings papa. Paraya papa kahi dehi. Those who talk about other person's papa. Somebody else's papa karma, if a jiva talks about, he says that brings papa karma. Kapati, one who is deceitful. Kutila, shrewd. Kalaha priya, loves to pick up fights. In Bhagavatam, Dhunduli, this thing is given for Dhunduli. Wherever she went, she would love to pick up some fight. Krodhi, one who gets very angry. Veda Bidushaka Visva Birodhi, one who finds faults in Vedas and who has enemies all over the world. Vishwa Virodhi means every other person he feels he is my enemy. I mean, the bhava is the same. What are the different ways in which sorrow enters our life? You say these are the papa karmas which a jiva should avoid. That is why this elaboration is given. Now again, few more things are given. Lobhi, lampata, lolupachare. When the one who is greedy, one who is very sensuous person. All of that. Then the last one was sin due to omission. If somebody doesn't do satsang, that is also one papa. This is like not doing what we have to do. For health also we know that, right? Certain things if we don't do, that thing brings a result for us. You say, I did not do anything and it brought result. You say, yes. If you don't brush your teeth, you say, I did not brush my teeth. That will have its own phalam. Like that, if somebody has a human birth and they did not use it for satsang, that will also result in papa karma. Paramaratapata bimukha abhage. Those who are turned away from this path of paramartha, path of moksha. Jena bhajahi hari naratanupai. In spite of getting human body, they have not worshipped Bhagwan. Jinahina hari hara sujasu sohai. They don't like Bhagwan's glories. They take different forms and cheat people. Whatever papa will come to them, Bharatji says, "O mother, if I have even the slightest of endorsement for whatever happened in Ayodhya, may all of that papa come to me." See, Bharatji telling Kausalya ji is from his standpoint. And that's why we separated this portion from the story part. So all this description is given in several commentaries. If we just read it, we will not know what are the types of papa karma is representing here. Karma related, upasana related, mind related, and the last one is omission related. But the point is not to criticize papa karma, it is only to tell a sadhaka to be alert about all these things. Papa brings dukkham. If any of these things are there in our personality, only a matter of time it will bring dukkham. God-fearing person is this: one who fears any of these or all of this papa karma. Next portion is very important one, where Vasishtha Maharshi is talking to Bharatji. Lot of points are there. He is listing 12 people who are worthy of grief. He says, Dashrath Maharaj, you can feel sad about his demise, but you should not grieve over his demise. Who are the people who are supposed to be grieved over? He gives a list. That is also another sadhana pointer. So next session will be our last Ramcharitmanas before summer. So we'll try to cover that portion. Okay, so next Wednesday will be our last session. Aganita guna guna bhushana Rama, Ashrita vatsala jaya jaya Rama, Ayodhyavasi Sita Rama, Apad bandhava jaya jaya Rama, Dasharatha nandana Shri Rama, Dashamukha mardana jaya jaya Rama, Kausalya Sukhavardhana Rama, Kamita Phalada Jaya Jaya Rama, Papa Vimochana Shri Rama, Pathavi Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Janaki Vallabha Sita Rama, Jaya Raghu Rama, Jaya Sita Rama, Vanara Sevita Shri Rama, Varidhi Bandhana Jaya Jaya Rama, Hanumat Pujita Sita Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Raghupati Raghava Raja Rama, Patita Pavana Sita Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Siyavara Ramachandra ki jai, Satgurunath Maharaj ki jai.